Hey, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. No matter when you may be catching this particular broadcast out to these people here. Let me tip this down a little bit for you guys. No matter when you may be catching this particular broadcast, Altavis Pelzer here, your voice manager, that part. I unmute the voice of women who are ready to speak about what has kept her silent for way too long. And so I'm super excited for a couple reasons. I'm gonna tell y'all why. So for me, I have this week. I was going through some things with my voice after last weekend, yelling and screaming. Good morning. After yelling and screaming with my girls for their show, I was going through some things with my voice, so I really had to give my voice some rest this weekend. I mean, this week. And so, but I always have messages for you guys. I posted one yesterday because I wasn't able to go live yesterday. So I did record one and posted it later in the day. Some of you may have saw it, some of you may not. But I had to share this. Oh my goodness. So if you have not done so already, make sure that you tell a few people, because within what we're going to talk about today and what we're going to move into for March is about to be phenomenal. And so I know you saw the topic for today. It is repurpose for success, the warrior within. I'm gonna tell you why that's so significant. So for those who are just now meeting me, hey, I'm about to go into hyperactive mode. I hope you're ready. Get your pen and your paper because we're about to break some things down. For those of you that already know me, let's go. Let's get it. Hashtag catch it. So what happened was that, so this morning I'm going and I'm preparing for today's message, right? I'm excited and I'm like, okay, reposition for success, the warrior within. And why is that so significant, God? Why is that such a PowerPoint and a stance that we really need to talk about when it comes to being repositioned for success? And he said, because people need to understand that there's already a warrior on the inside of them. There's some things that they need to do to reignite that warrior, to protect that warrior, to set that warrior on its path. But there is one there. They said life circumstances have literally gotten us to a point where we feel as though there is no fight on the inside of us. I told y'all this was going to be good this morning. So, like I said, I don't know if you told a few people, but you might want to. There is fight on the inside of us. He placed a fight on the inside of us. Now, what I'm fighting for and what you're fighting for may be two different fights, but the people that we're fighting for, we still have one mission, and that's freedom for the ones that we're fighting for. But your fight and my fight is different. How you fight and how I fight will be different. What you use in war and what I use in war will be different. And I'm going to tell you why it was so significant. It's because, and this is the starting point. So a few months ago, God kept putting it on my spirit that he wanted me to pray more. And not just pray more for me and my family, but he wanted me to pray within my community, within the World Voice League. And I was just like, God, I don't really feel like I'm at the point where I can pray for someone else. How many of you have ever gone through that? Y'all know, listen, I won't tell y'all business. I'll just tell mine. So for me, I felt like I wasn't at a place where I could go and intercede on somebody else's behalf, even though that's what I've done in the past, even though I know that's a gifting that I have. I did not feel as though mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that I was at a point where I could pray for anyone else. And God said, I said, because God, I don't think I'm enough. And God said, I didn't call you to be enough. I called you to be obedient. He said, there's a reason why I called you. I called you not because you were enough. I called you because you're consistent. I called you because you're obedient. I called you because you'll go and speak on behalf of someone else, even when you're in the midst of a situation. See, I need people who understand the power of the warrior that's on the inside of them. I don't know if y'all catching this morning. Good morning. I don't know if you're catching it. We about to go all the way in. So I said, okay, God, I still was a little, reserved about it. I still was a little nervous about it. I said, all right, he sent confirmation. Somebody else said, all right, sis, you're supposed to be praying. And I'm like, but God, I don't know. And so I spoke to one of the women on my team and I said, I really don't feel like I'm capable. He said, and the person responded back to me, it's not that you're capable. Listen, you have to understand, because you have an understanding that you're trying to do it within your own right. You're trying to do it with your own hands. God didn't ask you to do it with your own hands. He said, I want you to set it up and I'll move through you. See, we're scared because we're thinking we got to have the right words to say. We're thinking we got to we're thinking all of these things, right? And God said, I didn't say you had to have the right words to say. I said you needed to be in the position so I can speak through you. He said, I didn't say that you had to be perfect in every word that you put out. I just need you to be in position so I can speak through you. Because as the warrior that you are in, I need y'all to get this. I hope you get it. I hope you get it. I hope you get it. As a warrior, you are coming on behalf of the people that you're fighting for. And so as a warrior, you're standing on somebody else's behalf. You're standing on the behalf of the king that sent you. I need y'all to catch that. He said, there's a warrior on the inside of you for a reason. And I didn't ask you to be perfect. I asked you to be obedient. I asked you to show up. I didn't ask you to show up looking a certain way. I told you what you needed before you left the house. And so if you look at the message for this morning, it was the warrior within. But I'm going to tell you what God did. He flipped it on me. Like, oh my goodness, he flipped it and reversed it. I've been in worship all morning, so y'all just going to have to excuse me. So I said, okay, God, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And so for the last few weeks, he's had me going and praying over my community. And every Thursday, we pray live in the group over the community, over their families. And we've been doing this prayer of Jabez for the last couple weeks. And really, that's what we've been honing in on. And even the speakers for the summit, we've prayed over every single speaker of the summit. We've prayed over them, their businesses. Like, this is the stuff that people don't really see in the forefront. And so here it goes. I said, all right, so I'm sitting there and God is he gave me the message for this morning, but he said, I'm leading you into something different. He said, see, when you're obedient to what I say, then you don't have to come up with content. I'll give it to you. You don't have to understand what's coming next. I'll give you what's coming next. I'll give you the next move. And I said, okay, God, well, let's go. So today is reposition for success, the warrior within. And then for the month of March, it's the warrior series. The whole month of March. So I will be going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. And we will be doing the warrior series. When I tell you that I literally have a whole page of notes, I have all the scriptures for all the messages. Like, I'm super hyped, right? I have all the scriptures for the messages. I have everything written out, but March is going to be the warrior series. I'm going to tell you why that's so significant. For one, March is my birthday. It's my birth month. And man, for many years, I wasn't the person to celebrate my birthday because I didn't feel like it was something that needed to be celebrated. And it wasn't until I started doing more for other people that I started to see more come from me. And so, whereas it wasn't at the top of my list to always do something and go out and spend time with people, the more that I'm doing, he's putting me in position to be able to go and to connect with people and people that want to celebrate my birthday, people that want to go out and eat and things of that nature. And so I find it interesting that that's what he does. And I said, okay, so March is Women's History Month. So I've already set up everything that we're going to be doing with the blog and the podcast. So March is also, we're like it's also the anniversary of my first book, It's Okay to Cry. And I'm like, wow, God, okay. So he said, but Warrior, I need you to see that March is what I need you to do next month. I said, wait, what? But God, I march every month. Like I march for you. I do stuff for you every month. What's significant about next month? He said, and I didn't realize it until I looked back at 2016. He said in 2016, when you made the declaration that you were going to have a better year, you did something on January 1st that shifted your mind, but the first thing that you launched that really allowed you to see the significance was when you published your first book in March. And I need March to be the month that you actually see the work. Y'all not going, y'all, let me tell you, okay, let me tell y'all something. Okay, so a lot of people do a lot of talking. A lot of people do a lot of talking, right? And so they talk about what they're going to do. They talk about where they're going to go. They're talking about who they want to connect with. They're talking about all of these things. They talk, 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 talk. God said, I need March to be the month of doing and showing. No more talking. Good morning, Miss Pat. No more talking. And so I need you to do less talking, which is why he only has me going live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He said, I need you to do less talking, more doing. And this is the image that he gave me. Have you ever seen a war movie? Ha. And there's a point in the movie where people are going back and forth about what can be done. There's conversations that happen before a war actually ensues. And they're talking back and forth about what they need to happen in order for the war not to take place. But there's a certain point in the movie when you see the army that is coming up. Y'all better come on. Y'all better come on and catch this. There comes a certain point where you see the army that is arriving and they're coming, and some are mounted on horses and they have their armor on, and there is a feeling that I better get my butt in gear because it's about to go down. He said, no more talking. He said, you've been talking long enough. He said, I need you to show and prove, because people need to see the army. People need to see the army. And so literally get this in your mind. I'm a very visual person. So get it in your mind, literally you going and now you're walking up and you have the armor on and that you are prepared, because you're no longer waiting for somebody else to give this signal. You're saying, listen, we here for this. There's only one other person I'm listening to, and that's the general. Come on. That's the leader. That's the general. That's the only person I'm listening to at this point. That's the only person. I'm listening to the leader now. And God said, I need you to show people that you're no longer listening to, you're no longer in these conversations back and forth, but you're directly listening to me, because I need them to see the host of angels that are about to come with you. I need people to see the warriors that are standing at the ready. I need people to see the community that is coming with you. I need people to see the women that are coming at a point and they're coming to get back what was theirs. They're coming to get what was taken from them. They're coming to get what was denied from them. I need people to see the women that are coming together. I need people to see the men that are coming strong. I need it. I need people to see it. And so I said, well, God, well, all right, so March is the warrior series. But God, if March is the warrior series, then why are we talking about the warrior within today? He said, because they need a reminder They need a reminder that I need them to understand that the warrior is there, to see that the warrior is there on the inside of them. And that this whole month was a repositioning so that way the warrior that's on the inside of them could move to a certain point and get into an atmosphere of being ready to march. So, what happens when a warrior is ready to march? They got to put on the armor. Come on, come on, come on. What happens when a warrior is ready to march? They must put on the armor. And so he said, I need you today to tell them it's time to put on the armor. And see, putting on the armor is not something that can be done in just a moment, in just like 15 seconds. I don't know if y'all saw their armor, but their armor was heavy. It was heavy. And so there was things they had to put on in order to prepare them for this march, because it wasn't like they could just hop in an Uber and get to the front line. It's not like they could get in an Uber and get to the front line of the fight. They couldn't do that. And so they had to march, and they marched in unison into this place of battle. But they had to put on the armor. And so I need you to not only understand that there's a warrior. Come on. I need you not to only understand that there's a warrior on the inside of you, but it's time to put on your armor. And it's time to do so because there's a host of people coming with you. Okay. Okay. So if you do not know, Ephesians 6, and I believe it's 10 to 20, right? Yep, 10 to 20. Ephesians 6, 10 to 20. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day. And having done so, having done all to stand, stand therefore, having girded your waist with truth, having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith with you, will be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, being watchful to this end with all perseverance and supplication for all the saints and for me, that utterance may be given to me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in chains, that in it I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. You need to put on the armor, because there is a boldness that has been literally hindered from coming out of your mouth because you have not put on the armor. There is a boldness that is supposed to be coming out of your mouth. There is a boldness that is supposed to be coming out of your business. There is a boldness that is supposed to be coming out of your children. There is a boldness that is supposed to be coming out of your spouse. And because you have not put on your armor, I'm gonna read it. Just I'm gonna read that last one. Come on, I'm gonna read that last. No, that last four. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. What are you saying out of your mouth? Isn't that one of the things that we covered during reposition for success? Is that the words out of your mouth need to be words that you want to stand on. It needs to be the things that you really want to talk about, that you need to watch the conversations that you have. Ain't that what we've been talking about in reposition for success? Going back to the replays. Going back. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the spirit, being watchful to this end with all perseverance and supplication for all the saints. Now, isn't that what he had me to start doing? Was he had me to start praying specifically for those who are within the community and going every Thursday and praying for them and their families and covering them, and even with doing this, the prayer of Jabez and extending our territory. Isn't that what he had me doing? And for me, that utterance may be given to me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in chains, that in it I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. We've been trying to figure out what's been holding us back. And some of us have been saying, well, it's what we went through in 2019 that's been holding us back. And some of us said, well, no, it's the person we dated that's holding us back, or currently dating. We said, oh no, it's what we did, it's what they said about me that's holding me back. We said, no, it's what they did to me that's holding me back. God said, no, it's because you're not walking out with the full armor on. That's why you're being held back, because the enemy is throwing darts every day. And guess what? You just getting towed up from the flow up because you refuse to put on the armor. So he said you need to put on the armor, because that is why you will be able to speak boldly and go boldly into the places that I told you to go. You want to know why you dealing with so much fear? You dealing with fear because you ain't got on no armor. You know how when a woman has the right outfit on, you can't tell her nothing. When a man has the right suit on the right outfit, you can't tell him nothing. Guess what? When you put on the armor, the full armor of God, can't nobody tell you nothing, because guess what? They know who you fighting with. See, some people is bringing you drama because they don't know who you fighting with. Ah. Some people are bringing you drama because they don't know who you're fighting with. Some people are bringing you pain because they don't know who you're fighting with. Some people are bringing you hardship because they don't know who you're fighting with. They're bringing you things that the world is just okay to accept because they don't know who you're fighting with. So now you need to go and show up as if you know who you know who you fighting with. Let me put down the phone. Do you know who you're fighting with? Do you know who is commanding you in the morning? Do you know who it is that's sending you into this battle? Do you know? And then he tells us that the battle ain't even ours. It's his. Come on. He sent you into a battle that you already win. You already won. But do you know who you're fighting for? And so that's why I said, wow. I said, okay, God. So reposition for success. You need to understand that there's a warrior on the inside of you. And if you're not currently putting on the full armor when you leave out of your home, then you're doing yourself and the people that you're fighting for a disservice. You're doing yourself and your family a disservice. You're doing yourself and your clients a disservice because you're walking out unprotected. You walking in the battle with ripped jeans and sneakers. And God said, well, what's that supposed to, who that's supposed to, can I tell you, just sometimes just looking at the armor of somebody is intimidating. Who you intimidating? Huh? Huh? Huh, queen? Huh, king? Who you intimidating? Huh? Who you scared? there's an intimidation that comes with it because they look and they say, oh, that person is ready for anything. Oh, that person is ready for a battle. That person, this is the thing. Some of y'all won't put on the armor, but we'll walk through work with the mean face so don't nobody talk to us. Come on. Come on. We just gonna lay it all out on the table. Matter of fact, I won't even tell y'all, I won't tell y'all business. I just tell mine. I remember walking through work with the mean face on, not because I was angry, but because I didn't want nobody to touch me, nobody to talk to me, nobody to bother me. So I wanted to intimidate them in such a way. But had I had on the armor, then I would have intimidated them in another way. And then I would not have to walk around with my face looking cracked. Come through. Some of you go to church with the mean face on. I'm an introvert. I do it well. Listen, I'm not going T and Shade. I will tell you, I used to do it well because I didn't want anybody to speak to me or hug me. I didn't want to be. But I know why I want to have conversations with people. Come on, it's a lot. There's people in this. Let me tell y'all. For those of you who are not introverts, all the extroverts of the world, peopling is hard work, and so there's a face we put on. We conjure up a smile, like we kind of get that together, but that's because that whole peopling thing is a lot for us. But if I would just go and put on the full armor, because see, I may go and I got the mean face and I'm blocking my own blessing. Y'all better come. Whoo. Because some of you got the mean face on at work and you blocking the person that's supposed to help you get off their job. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Some of y'all going to places with the mean face on. You in church with the mean face on, and you blocking the people that's supposed to help you get off that. Oh, okay. You blocking the people that's supposed to help you get out of that home that you said you wanted to get out of. Oh, okay. You blocking the people that's supposed to be doing something amazing for you because of the face that you walking around with. Come on. Instead of just putting on the armor, because if you put on the armor, everybody ain't gonna walk up to you. Now, this is the thing. You'll have people walk up to you just because of the armor and they want to talk to you because of it. But you'll have some people that's a deterrent. She said she was going through what and she's still smiling. How's she doing that? She said she had this happen and she's still smiling. She's still how Sway? I don't understand it. But it's because I have on the armor and I know what the armor does. And so literally, when you look at any, I love like Troy and oh my goodness, there's like so many different ones, and like I love all of those different types of movies. I'll go and I'll watch them, and I'm a weirdo. Don't judge my lifestyle. And I'll go and I love to see the battle scenes, and because there's an art to it. You know how they say the art of war. There's an art to it. There's an intimidation factor. There's they're girded in a certain way. Certain people will have certain other things on them to let you know who they are within that particular community. And there's all of these things that really make me go, wow, it draws me in every time. And I'll be sitting there and just watching for days. We need to have that same understanding. And so we can no longer go and just be okay with status quo. We can no longer go as we march into March. As we march into March. See, this is why he has me telling you today, is because we're marching into March. So at Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every morning, I'm going to try to do 7:45 every morning. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have the messages. It's the Warriors series. That's all we're talking about next month. is the Warrior series. We just gonna go in. It's time to take it to another level. So this month was preparing you, and we're ending it on you understanding that there is a warrior on the inside. And in order for that warrior to be in position, you got to make sure that you got the armor on, because you can't be at the front line with no armor. Everybody ain't David. Can we look to our neighbor on our left and our neighbor on our right? Say, neighbor, everybody can't be David. I know we all want to slay the giants with our 3 smooth stones, but that was David's story. That was not Altavisa's story. And so I want God to make sure that I am able to do what I need to do for Altavisa's story. And so I may not have 3 smooth stones. Oh, somebody better catch this. I may not have 3 smooth stones. I may have 100 published books. I may not have 3 smooth stones. I may have 3 conferences a year. You better come on. I may not have 3 smooth stones, but I may have 3 membership communities. I may not have 3 smooth stones, but I may have 3 speaking opportunities that I do a year that are really going to make some things happen. I may not have 3 smooth stones, but I got 3 platforms that are shutting down the enemy. I don't know about you, but I don't need to live David's journey. I don't need to listen, you know how he was like, your armor ain't for me. This armor doesn't feel right. Me holding 3 smooth stones doesn't feel right, but me creating a podcast where I interview speakers and authors from all over the world feels perfect. Me holding 3 smooth stones doesn't feel right, but me creating a blog platform where I'm featuring women from around the world and telling their stories feels amazing. Me holding a smooth stone in a slingshot and pulling it back, I'll be to pop myself in the face, y'all, because that is just not. I'm gonna go. I told my kids we're gonna go try archery. Y'all just pray my strength, y'all. Just stretch your hands towards Maryland. I'm gonna try it. We gonna see. They want me to try so many things. It's just in Jesus' name. They want to try archery. They want to try the little thing with the axe. I said, I don't know. We just gonna pray. But me holding the slingshot and pulling a stone back in it does not feel like it's meant for me. But me going and creating a platform called the World Voice Summit and bringing speakers from around the world to empower and educate attendees to elevate in life and business, that feels perfect. Oh, y'all must not know. That feels perfect. But what he's saying now is, I need you making sure that you have on your armor, because it's about to get even bigger. It's about to elevate. The prayers that you've been praying are about to come through. And so I need you to make sure that you are girded properly and that you have your armor on in order for you to be able to accept everything that's coming. Because not only are the prayers going to come, but the darts are going to come. The arrows are going to come. They're going to come for you. But I need you to understand that if you just follow my lead. See, there's a reason why a leader leads from the front, because they know which direction we should go in. And if they're yelling it from the back, it's a competing noise. It's a competing noise from what the competition or the people in front of you are yelling. It's a competing noise. But when you have leadership in front of you, y'all better come on, y'all better catch this. When you have leadership in front of you, then you're following leadership. I don't necessarily have to hear everything they say, but I can follow in their footsteps. See, some of you have gotten so accustomed to just listening to people that you don't have anybody guiding you. And so you're listening to what they're saying, but they telling you from behind you. I don't know who that was for. I don't know who that was for. They telling you from the back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah, they telling you from the back. And you need to have somebody that's telling you from the forefront. You need to have leadership that is in front of you. And so when you have leadership that's in front of you, they're guiding you. You can follow in your footsteps because there comes a point where you may not be able to fully see. Oh, the Lord just gave me this image. If you are following leadership and they way, 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 way in the back and they not in front of you, then they're not in the fight with you. And so they may have a visual, but it's distorted because they're far off from what's actually happening in the battle. And when you have leadership that is in front of you, the leadership in front of you, you can follow their footsteps. Have you ever seen, oh, y'all gonna make me go watch like all of these movies today and like shout them out online. So there's a point where you may, the, the people that you are fighting are shooting arrows, and they shoot so many arrows that it makes a part of the sky look really dark because they're all coming at once. Ha 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 ha. If your leadership is behind you, then they cannot tell you the exact place where the darts are going to fall. But if the leadership is within the same instance, they're right there in front of you or they're around you, then what happens is they know where it's going to fall, so they can tell you when to put up your shield and how long to hold it up. But somebody who is behind you has a distorted view of the battle that you're in. I hope y'all caught that. Somebody who is behind you has a distorted view of the battle that you're in. And so leadership needs to either be among you or in front of you so they can tell you, okay, we need to put our shields up. And I think about the 300 and I think about all of these movies and all the arrows are coming at you. And this is the thing, because some of you can know that literally, probably right now in your life, this is how you feel. You feel like all the arrows are coming at you at once. And if you don't have your shield, then there's a greater chance of you being harmed because you don't have a shield to block you. And then you don't have the breastplate to block your heart. You don't have the breastplate to block your heart. And you don't have the helmet to block your head and save your head. Oh my goodness. And having the sword, which is the word of God, is protecting you in your hand-to-hand combat. Y'all just don't know. I told you I've been in worship all morning. Y'all better y'all better come on with it. I'm excited about what God is doing. So for those who are just coming in, welcome. Welcome. You might want to go on, tap on the bell so that way you can come catch it on the regular, because we about to go all in these next few weeks. We've been going all in, but we about to go all in for March. And so we're talking about reposition for success and understanding that there's a warrior within. And when you understand that there's a warrior within, then I wake up different. I go into battle different. I go into my job different. I talk to my children different. I talk to my spouse different. I talk to my clients different because there's a warrior within. There's a warrior within. Something that my pastor, my former pastor's wife used to say all the time was that there's a king and a fool in every man. And the one that you speak to is the one that shows up. Can I tell y'all something? There's a warrior in you. And so as I speak to you over these next 31 days, this whole month of March, every time I speak to you, I will call you warrior. I will speak to the warrior on the inside of you. Every time I go live, I'm going to speak to the warrior on the inside of you. Every time I connect with my clients, I'm going to speak to the warrior on the inside of you. I'm not speaking to no fool. Ain't no fool there. We're going to speak to the warrior that's on the inside of you. So when you tell me that you don't have enough time, I'm going to say, warrior, what do you need to do to either make more time or go and look at what is taking up your time? Warrior, I'm going to speak to the warrior in you. That's it. I hope my clients is ready because we about to go all in. I will speak to the warrior on the inside of you. No excuses. No, 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 no. No. Every day you need to be girded up. Every single day you need to be girded up. And I will speak to the warrior within you. Ah, we got some things that's about to go to a whole nother level. I need you to get this understanding and I need you to get it clearly. Because trust and believe there will always be somebody who will tell you that there is no warrior on the inside of you. There will be somebody that tries to treat you as if there's only a fool on the inside of you. There will be somebody who tries to treat you as if the warrior has left your life and it has not. You want to know how I know? Oh, I'm not going to cry. You want to know how I know that there's a warrior on the inside of you? Because you woke up this morning. Real talk. You woke up this morning. You woke? Is you woke or not? Is you woke or not? You woke up this morning. So there's a warrior on the inside of you. You got breath in your body. Your heart is beating. There's a warrior on the inside of you. No more excuses. I need warriors to rise up. We got something going on, y'all. I'm so through the roof for this next month's series. When I tell you the whole series is written out on this book, like it's crazy. I'm glad that we're ending the Repurpose for Success series on you understanding that there is a warrior on the inside of you, because man, being repositioned for success means that I have to make sure that I have the right armor. I'm not wearing somebody else's armor. I'm not listening to the person that's telling me that there's no warrior on the inside of me. And I'm not having conversations with people that are not speaking to the warrior on the inside of me. Warriors. Time to rise up. So we got some things going on. Those of you who do not know, listen, check it out. Be over in the free group. It is free, bit.ly/World Voice Community. Those of you who are in the membership, we're about to take it all the way up to a whole nother level. Those who are in the mastermind, I hope y'all ready, because it's about to go down. It's about to go down. I warned y'all. That's all I'm going to say. And anytime somebody say, "Oh my goodness, coach, this, woo, man, wasn't ready for this," I warned y'all. That's all I'm gonna tell them. Listen, go back to the replay. I warned you. I did. I gave you a warning. I gave you notice. I gave you notice. Sorry, not sorry. I gave you notice. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Again, come join the free group, bit.ly/World Voice Community. And listen, or just follow us. Come to the page. #World Voice League. Come to the page. Listen in. Follow with us. If you have not checked out the Reposition for Success series, go back, and listen in. I'm telling you right now, because you got to be repositioned for success before we can go ahead and start marching. So we're marching in March. So starting on Monday, 7:45, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's get it. I appreciate you guys. And don't forget to press it out. See ya.